What is good, Facebook, YouTube, and all other listening platforms? It is your boy, AB, and I'm back up in here for another No News, Just Facts podcast. A lot of news to get into and for things that have went viral. But before that, how are you doing? Hopefully everything is good with your mental. Hopefully everything is good with your energy. Hopefully you're using ability of doing good to do good, and not the other thing, not evil or anything like that. Hopefully everybody is having a wonderful MLK. I don't know. The thing with like MLK Day, it just ends up being a regular day. It's like it's supposed to be a day of remembrance, but it just ends up being one of those things where it's a holiday and people celebrate and not think of this day
Bluetooth
as a
disconnected.
day of remembrance for a man who stood for justice and the injustice and terrible treatment of black people in the civil rights revolution. But that's usually how capitalizing on the names of people and or holidays end up being. It just ends up being a day of capitalization. So I mean, what am I gonna do? Stand on a soapbox and just preach to you? No, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, hopefully you're using your MLK Day to do something that means something and not just stuffing your mouth with, fatty foods and going out to the club and just doing a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't even, matter on a day like this. But yeah, man, we got a lot to get to. Just want to check the vibes beforehand and just see where everybody is at, and we'll just continue from there. And I'll just get into my first segment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the building for another lyric breakdown. So, The Game and Kanye West have come together to make a song called EAZY, which samples EAZY's a song from actually the single EAZY Does It. Very notable sample used by Slim Thug and a bevy of other rappers. So honestly, I'll tell you this, that Kanye West is like going through a personal attack on his life. Just in my own opinion, personal attack on his life. It's just too much going on, and I don't think he's crazy. I used to probably think that back some time ago, like, yeah, this man is crazy. Asserting in his mental illness and everything like that, with him being bipolar. But now I think that Kanye is very strategic. He knows what he's doing, and he knows no matter what he does, people are still going to gravitate towards his music. People are still going to listen to anything that has to do with him, no matter what controversy is surrounding him. No matter if it's his divorce with with Kim Kardashian, if it's his ex-wife Kim going out with Pete Davidson, or him being seen with this new girlfriend that he has, which I think is just a way to try to get over the fact that his now ex-wife is going out with Pete Davidson. It's just like something to just like distract me from that. or him hanging out with Madonna and Antonio Brown and just a bevy of people that it just seems weird for him to be hanging out with. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's kind of weird, just these random amount of people that he's just hanging out with. I don't know them. I, I don't know any of these people personally, but it just seems kind of like, I don't know, a little weird, just a little bit for me to be, Kanye West and Madonna. I don't know. I don't know. Who else? Who else knows what else is going on behind the scenes with all of that happening? He could be doing something else. I don't know. I'm not about to insinuate and sit here and tell you what I think about what he's doing behind the scenes, but all of it is just a personal attack on his life. Listen, I think evil is busy. Evil is at work, and evil is busy right now trying to destroy Kanye West. Um, do I still think that he is a Christian? Do I still think that he believes in God? Of course, I still think he believes in God. I just think he's going through that stage that a lot of people who get saved go through. It's like everything is so green on the pasture, and then things start to happen to where you're like, okay, I don't know. I don't know. I might be, I might want to just like go back to the old way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily against God, but this is happening to me, and um, the only way I know how to cope with said thing that has happened is to do what I did before I met God. I think it's a thing of like that. I think a lot of people who are uh, 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 reborn or born again go through. They go through a turmoil where the only way they know how to cope with something that's bad that happens in their life is the thing that they did before they were saved. And I think that's what he's going through right now. And I think evil is attacking him every which way that it can. Evil forces, evil energy are attacking him every which way that it can. Through people, through drinking, through whatever means. That's what's happening right now. And with all of the controversy surrounding his divorce, recently with Kim K not allowing him to go to his daughter Chicago's birthday party, and the things surrounding that, we are met with where we are now with this music that has been released. First of all, excuse me, I'm a fan of the game. And just to be honest, I heard the song, and first of all, it's so like it's so refreshing to hear Game again. I ain't gonna lie, and especially in the magnitude that I'm hearing him in, I'm like, bro, it's like Kanye put a battery in his back. This is produced by Whack 100. Not, I'm sorry, not Whack 100, but Whack 100 has something to do with it. He apparently he has a production credit on it. But Hit Boy is on this as a producer. DJ Premier is on this as a producer. So we're getting an awakening of MC-ism here. Some hyena type rapping going on here. And like I said, it's refreshing to hear the game's voice in any capacity, because he doesn't really rap anymore. He basically is retired, which I think is kind of BS, because rappers don't really retire like that. They always end up coming back, like yeah. So just to I'm not gonna go all the way through it, but I'm just gonna break down what I thought, what bars I thought from just firstly on Game's side of this song that I thought were just dope as hell. I mean, his whole verse is dope as hell. Like, I mean, He starts off saying, "Started in my cutlass, clutching heat open, like it's an open oven, puffing chronic, puffing Biggie out the window, speaker subbing, run into the Crips. It ain't no discussion. Bullet wounds drenched in Hennessy and teaspoons full of Robitussin." That's some trapping that he's talking about. That's some rugged living he's talking about. He's basically giving you the means of what it was when he wasn't rapping. And I kind of know. I pretty much know the story from listening to the documentary, and other albums that he's put out about his life in the past before he became a rapper, before he was this very prestigious uh, uh, award-winning, award-nominated rapper. This is what he had to deal with. You know. So as we continue on, he said, Compton's amazed Dr. Dre's percussion. God, please grant my nigga eternal life. We need the beats. Aftermath, where you fall asleep, you do not eat. And my belly is full, gorilla riding the bull, banana clips in the pool, swan dive, and clasa azul. It's fire. He's basically referencing back up here, uh, Dr. Dre, and all that has gone on with him, with from him having almost pretty much like checking out to his divorce and everything like that. Um, he's basically asking God, please grant Dr. Dre more time so we can embellish in his artistry with his beats, with his production, with his arrangements. We Game is pretty much saying we need more of that. We need more of that. God, we need him here. And then the last thing for him that I want to highlight here is this last part of his verse where he says, "Too many problems, too many YGs, so many ties to dollar signs, easy to end up on E. I got shot up like Columbine, the Crips descended on me. Signed my name on the dotted line, that was vengeance on beats." Right up here, where he has the little scheme with the rappers and the singers he just named. He named Problem, he named YG, and then he tied it all back into Easy. E. It's all like like I said, his whole verse is just, it's a breath of fresh air to hear Game, for real. Like, I think it's just dope to hear. Now, I'm just really gonna get to why I really am, bringing this up as like, a segment in this podcast. Let's get down to Kanye West's whole entire verse, okay? We'll get to the controversial part of it. So, okay. His whole verse is pretty much just a whole entire shot. All shots, okay? So we're gonna break it down, right? How I ain't bring nothing to the table when I'm the table. I'ma turn up the music, wake up the neighbors. I'ma get that thug life tatted across the navel. This is how I am in real life, not just on cable. So what he's saying in this first verse is, how they gonna say I don't bring nothing to the table? How you gonna say I don't got nothing? How you gonna say what I bring don't mean nothing? You know what I'm saying? When the part where he says turn up the music, wake up the neighbors, I think he's just referencing the fact that he bought the house right next to Kim Kardashian. I think that's just referencing that I'm about to turn up the music to wake up Kim Kardashian. That's basically what I think he said right there. Where he says this is how I am in real life, not just on cable. The media has a perception of Kanye West, whether it be the internet, television, bloggers, whatever. They have a perception of who he is. And he's just kind of pretty much playing into what they say a little bit by saying, nah, bro, this is really me in real life. This is who I am in real life. So, all right. So let's get down. Let's get down some more. Mr. Narcissist, tell me about my arrogance. No more counseling. I don't negotiate with therapists. God, yay. Wanna let God in. But tonight, I guess I'll let my pride win. Cousin Dre sent me scriptures, helped me see life better. Nigga, we having the best divorce ever. Okay, so you obviously see. He's referencing Dr. Dre with his divorce and now basically kind of like saying like, hey, bro, I feel what you're saying with the divorce thing. And Dr. Dre is pretty much like, I guess, reaching out to Kanye and pretty much telling him, hey, bro, you know, we're going through the same thing. You know, I just want to let you know that I understand, bro. So if we go to court, we'll go to court together. Matter of fact, pick up your sis. We'll go to courts together. He's obviously talking about Kourtney Kardashian. This is the first shot. No, wait. This is the second shot at the Kardashian clan. This is the second shot. This is the second shot. Matter of fact, pick up your sis. We'll go to courts together. That's obviously saying like, hey, bro, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come to your sister's house. I'm gonna come to your sister's house while you're there. You know what I'm saying? If we got court, I'm gonna go pick up. If we got court, I'm gonna go pick up your sis so she can be in court with us. So he's pretty much referencing, in my opinion, he's referencing the divorce. I'll go pick up Courtney and she can come and sit at the court for our divorce. That's pretty much what he's saying. I watched 4 Kids for like 5 hours today. I wear these Yeezy boots everywhere, even in the shower today. I got love for the nannies, but real family is better. The cameras watch the kids. Y'all stop taking credit. Okay, that's another shot. Kanye is taking shots at the Kardashian clan, and he ain't stopped. He don't care. He's taking his shots. Okay? Remember how I referenced and said Kanye is going through the toughest trials right now? This is another trap door in the evilness. He's taking shots at his baby's mother, taking shots at his baby mother's family. You know, he's saying he's saying I love the nannies, but it's better when the actual family watch the kids. You see what I'm saying here? The cameras watch the kids. Y'all stop taking credit. He's basically saying Kim ain't watching my kids. Kim ain't watching my kids. She out doing whatever. Her family ain't watching my kids. They out doing whatever. The cameras are watching my kids. The media is watching my kids. The cameras they have in the cameras that Kim Kardashian has in her home are watching her kids, his kids. You see, like the shots continue to roll on here. Okay? Non-custodial dad. I bought the house next door. What you think the point of really being rich for? When you give them everything, they only want more. And I think this is referencing Kim and their marriage. Again, he did everything he could for her. In that aspect, I believe that's what he's referencing when he says, you give them everything and they want more. You do everything you can for your wife, for your woman. You buy her things she can't even pronounce. You give her the world and she still wants more. Okay? Right? Bougie and unruly. Oh my God. Bougie and unruly. He talking to Kim again. This man is a savage. This man's a savage. He's going through it right now, man. Bougie and unruly. Y'all need to do some chores. Rich ass kids. This ain't your mama's house. Oh, come on. You already know who he's talking about. He's talking to Kim again. And then He's taking a shot at Chris. Chris Kardashian. What is it? Is it Chris Jenner? Yeah, Chris Jenner. He's taking a shot at Chris Jenner. He's still talking to Kim Kardashian here. But along the way, he's taking shots at the other family members. Okay? Right? Climb on your brother's shoulders. Get that top ramen out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's taking a shot at Rob Kardashian too? What Rob got to do with it, Kanye? What does Rob have to do with this, yo? He done this. Courtney. He done this. Chris. And now Rob Kardashian. And Kim to add to that. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. God saved me from that crash just so I can beat Pete Davidson's ass. And it says, who? I'm going to be honest. I don't really care for this. This is the only thing I don't really care for in this whole entire thing. He's referencing his whole entire life. Or not his life, his whole entire life at the moment, up until we get to the Pete Davidson line. I just thought that this part right here where he said God saved me from that crash just so I could beat Pete Davidson's ass. I felt like it's kind of petty. It's like it doesn't matter as much. It doesn't really matter as much, like he didn't really do it any clever way. That's the only reason why I thought it was like, could have just left that line off of there, because you was already winning chopping the fable. Like, just the way you were like talking about Kim K and her family, like your ex-wife, the mother of your children's kids, like the way you're talking about her family, that like. And I think at the end of this, like, I'm not gonna really, I don't. It doesn't. Those other lines don't really matter. I think at the end of all of this, you have to really like sit there, like, he has to really sit there with himself and like think about, like, was that a good thing to like really talk about my baby's, like, my children's mother like that? Like, was that a good thing to like really bring my children's mother's family, like my children's mother's family into that? Like, someday Kanye West's children are gonna grow up and they're gonna like hear all this stuff. This is gonna be, matter of fact, they can go hear this now. Like, yeah, I think that's the only downside to all of this dissing that he did towards Kim K and her family. I mean, I understand. It's a hard time being a father and not being able to like see your kids. And he did say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do whatever to see my kids and everything like that. This is not how you prove that you're gonna do whatever to see your kids, by like just being like putting together this trashy verse or whatever. But I mean, everybody has their way of venting their frustrations, and this is just Kanye West's way of venting his frustrations. And yeah, moving on to something else, and for like right now, I'm going to be reviewing a video that is going viral online, in which Pastor Mike Todd, who heads the Transformation Church and is very well known on the interwebs for his church sermons as well. He does this thing that's part of his sermon where he spit on this guy right here. I haven't seen the video at all, so this is my first reaction to this. Just as I'm seeing it, you will see it. So let's get it popping. Let's do this, and then I'm gonna give my commentary in between.
changing something and you don't see it clearly yet, but you hear.
Oh, hey, 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 hey. First of all, why you spitting in your hand in the first place? What? Let's start there. Why are you spitting in your hand? What are you spitting in your hand for? Like, what? You don't got to go to the bathroom and spit. You don't got to like spit in the sink or nothing like that. Like you just said, hey, let me spit in my hand. Like, first of all, let's start there. That's it's already problematic right now. Let's start there. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
And this is where most people would not face Jesus anymore. What?
Look at Buddy. Look at Buddy right here. He said, go ahead and get this over with, bro. Did he pay him to do this? I'm wondering, like, did Mike Todd pay him to do this? Because Buddy is looking at his hand like, let's go, let's do this. Like, I agreed to this. Let's do this. Like, did he pay him? Did he get an offering for this? I'm wondering. Let's keep going.
What most people would do is turn away.
Oh my God, bro. Bro, do you have to stop? Like, we could cut the cameras. Like, you doing all this coughing and all that phlegm is like you're spitting it in your hand, like you're spitting it up. Like, come on, bro. Like, ugh, it's nasty. Let's see where he's going with this. Oh my God, bro. Look at that.
What I'm telling you?
My man's is like, let's go.
What I'm telling you is just as he's physically standing here, knowing what's coming, God's saying, can you physically and spiritually and emotionally be able to stand when getting the vision or receiving it might get nasty? I'm going to say it in a point just like that. Receiving vision from God might get nasty. You mean, God, I just bought, in crazy faith, I just bought my dream car. And now you're going to ask me to sell it back and ride?
I get what he's doing here. He's like he's building up and or releasing his message by saying that like you're blessed with something, but you have to sacrifice something. That's what I'm getting here by what he's saying. I understand the message, but yeah, that spit in his hand. I don't think that's the way to do it, man. Mike Todd is like known for like having very like out of ordinary sermons, in my opinion. Like at the last time he went viral, it was because of like the water sermon he did, where it was like a whole bunch of like water on stage or something like that. I can't full on remember, but he was going viral for that. But now, I think he might have went too far with this one, the whole spit thing. It's just like it's nasty, and he's serving he's serving by like trying to like joint together a message with the whole nasty thing, and like the messages, like messages from God can be nasty. I get what he's saying, but like at the same time, it's just like I don't know, man. I don't know.
Ride in the hoopty again? Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you, it might get nasty.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Bro, Bro, did he get paid? Cause that is nasty. That's nasty. Nah, you couldn't. There's no amount of money in the world that you could pay me to do that right there, like that. Yeah, that. Yeah, man. Somebody needs to call Chief because this ain't it. Like, look at his face, bro. You got somebody else's phlegm on your face. He rubbed it on your face, like, bro. That's nasty. Just nasty. Yuck. Disgusting. Borderline. It's just ungodly, bro. Like, ugh. Nasty, bro. Ugh.
Do you hear and see the responses of the people? What I'm telling you is how you just reacted is how the people in your life will react when God is doing what it takes for the miracle. What are you saying? This man was blind, and what he was trying to do with this man is give him his DNA.
Bro, I get his message, but nah. You could have left that off. You could have left that out of your notes. This, yeah, no. This is too much. Way too much, man. Like, Pastor, this is what happens when sermons go too far. Your sermon has gone too far. Your message is there, but the example you put forth was not necessary. Do you see what's on the screen? If you see what's on the screen, you see what's on the screen. I'm not even going to say her name, but it says that she will no longer fight to keep names of 8 John Doe's secret. So, if you remember, the other guy in the picture, or the guy in the photo, he was being accused of multiple things. He had a lot going on before he was, before he was captured and put in jail and was awaiting trial, right? That was before he was, when he allegedly committed suicide. So now, and the whole mystery of him, allegedly committing suicide and it not being a suicide and it being an inside job and all of that. So now, they were able to capture this woman, and now it says that she is no longer opposing the release of the names of 8 men who might have been involved in trafficking by a court. It says she changed her stance in a filing by her lawyers to leave the decision up to the court. I think that this now changes a lot of things, and it's like that thought in your mind where, like, is history gonna repeat itself, and is she gonna mysteriously, is there gonna be a mysterious thing that happens to where she, like, you know what I'm saying, like, she just, like, checks out or something like that? Because if the truth cannot be revealed from capturing the guy in this photo who did a lot of terrible things, and is accused of a lot of terrible things. And this woman is also accused of a lot of terrible things that she did with the gentleman in the photo. If you couldn't get the information if the information couldn't be released from him because of his untimely demise. What makes you think that she's gonna be able to give up um, actual information and not be at the helm of a demise as well? Come on now. Who's to say that history won't repeat itself again? And she ultimately checks out mysteriously. Um, Only time will tell whether exposed secrets will come to the light. You know, they say everything that's in the dark comes to the light. So we shall see. We shall just see. Crazy news here. It seems as though a crypto company is trying to revive Blockbuster and like basically turn them into a streaming service. So it reads like this: crypto group Blockbuster DAO plans to raise more than 5 million to buy Blockbuster brand from Dish Network. By the way, I did not know Dish Network bought Blockbuster at some time, which bought Blockbuster at auction in 2011 for 320 million. The end goal, according to Dow's tweets, is to bring Blockbuster into the Web3 space, which is like some new type of thing. I don't really know what Web3 is. I actually have to look it up to see what it is before I continue reading. So let me look it up while I have my phone right here, because I've seen this Web3 thing on TikTok. And I'm just trying to figure out is it crypto? What is it? Oh, okay. Web3 is an idea for a new iteration of the World Wide Web based on blockchains, which incorporates concepts including decentralization and token-based economics. Basically, it's a crypto. All right, back to reading. The end goal, according to Dow's tweets, is to bring Blockbuster into the Web3 space, turning it into the first decentralized film streaming service and eventually establishing the brand as a tastemaker, simultaneously capable of winning major awards and generating in excess of 1 billion in revenue, 1 billion in annual recurring revenue. Sounds straightforward enough. Blockbuster DAO claims that the brand is a target largely due to the fact that it's not only nostalgic, but it's a historic landmark in the history of film. The company claims Blockbuster makes sense as a Web3 entity owned by the people and governed by them. Blockbuster and the United States of America are very much alike in that way. So basically, what it looks like is Blockbuster's about to become, in a sort of way, a streaming service, and they're going to be used in the Web3 format, which is pretty freaking dope because I think there was some news that I had seen that Netflix was about to make a series starring Randall Park where it's based on the very last Blockbuster that is in Oregon, and they're gonna center it. They're gonna center the series there in that very last Blockbuster in Oregon. So it looks like Blockbuster's about to have the last laugh because that was pretty much Netflix's way of saying, "Aha, look at you now. We offered you a chance to, have stake in Netflix, and you said no, and now look at you. You only got one Blockbuster in the whole entire United States left." So now, yeah, Blockbuster's about to be revived. And that's a good thing because, I mean, if you're old enough to remember, like, if you're young and, like, if you're old enough to remember Blockbuster back then, I mean, I sure as hell do. I mean, I remember going there and renting nothing but video games. When I had a GameCube, when I had a Nintendo, when I had a PS2 even, I was renting games from Blockbuster. And even also Hollywood Video, if anybody can remember Hollywood Video, I was renting games from there too. Before, like back then, like, it's like this. It's like my mom would buy the system, or my dad would buy the system I wanted, right? But I couldn't get my mom wouldn't buy the games, so I would have to. That had to be a compromise that was reached. So I would just rent games, and just be happy with that because I didn't want to, I didn't want to throw a fit and get, my system taken away because uh, I couldn't own said games. So it's like, I think it was like I had a choice between a GameCube and an Xbox, and I didn't know which one to get because I'm like, I don't know. I just, I wasn't somebody who like really looked up systems like that when I was younger. So it's just kind of like, okay. Like I just told my dad to just get me whatever because, I would have been happy with whether I got an Xbox or a GameCube. So I just told him to give me a GameCube, and I had a lot of fun with the GameCube, but I don't know what happened. I think I wanted something else. So my mom went and got me a PS2, and I was happy with the PS2 for a long, 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 long time. Um, I really did not know what I was doing choosing a GameCube because I don't know why. I just didn't have fun with it. But I mean, I do remember what games I played on it and everything like that. But it's neither here nor there. I'm happy that Blockbuster is coming back and being revived. Hopefully, this crypto group can get the money together because I mean, we're talking about like the future of streaming, the future of like cryptocurrency here, and Blockbuster is in that talk, and that's a great thing. So I mean, I guess we'll just like watch and see what happens with it. You know, hopefully, like I said, Blockbuster can be revived and they can become a streaming service in the future of crypto. So we'll see what happens. A clip of, I believe, a rapper named Solo Lucci is going viral because he walked out of the interview. But we're going to watch why he walked out of the interview, just to see why he walked out of the interview. I didn't really watch this whole thing, so just see what he's talking about here.
God is bigger than all that.
I don't know.
How not?
I don't know. It's a bunch of confusion. The world is messed up. Most people kill in the name of God.
Man, I feel like Tarzan White.
I mean, okay. So what I think is going on here is this Solo Lucci guy pretty much saying that God is, professing that he believes in God, and the interviewer is saying that, hey, I don't know about God because people kill in the name of God. And I just need to correct the interviewer if I can. People kill in the name of a lot of things. People kill in the name of Allah. People kill in the name of Buddha. People kill in the name of a lot of saviors and or things that they believe in as far as religion goes. So it's not like, this is something that's centered out to be the first thing when you think of people who go out and you know commit things in the name of whatever. Um, but I think I guess he was using that as an argument against like this Solo Lucci guy believing in God as a way to say, where's your God when so and so happens. But I just have to, like I said, I just was, I want to correct the interviewer by saying that people kill in the name of a lot of people commit acts of, you know, that in the name of a lot of things that have to do with religion. So I don't know what he was trying to mean there, but yeah.
Through nigga. This nigga don't believe in God, nigga. This nigga fucking crazy. I'm out. Jordan, don't call me no more shit like this. This nigga don't even believe in God.
I also think it's a thing where like I guess the Solo Lucci guy didn't. I guess he didn't want to go on talking or trying to like debunk, have a counter for what this interviewer was saying. but as far as I'm concerned, I think it's like you, it's like you're free to believe whatever you want to believe. If you believe in God, cool. If you don't believe in God, all right. Nobody is forcing you to believe in God. I mean, as far as the as far as black people go, like we have a strong tie to God. I mean, it's very rare that you find somebody who is either not believing in God, like either like somebody who's black that doesn't believe in God, or somebody that's black that doesn't believe in spirituality, or doesn't believe in anything. It's very rare that you'll find that. So I mean, I guess this is something that is in the vein of like it's like I don't believe. It's like the interviewer is like, hey, I don't believe in God, and I guess like the solo Lucci guy was like, I believe, trying to like, I guess trying to get him to like see it from his side, I guess, but I guess that didn't like work out at all. But yeah, I mean, it's like either you believe in God or you don't believe in God. I mean, I think the thing at the end of the day is I'm not about to judge you if you don't believe in God. So, if you believe in God, cool. If you don't believe in God, I'm not gonna peer pressure you. I mean, that's what society does. Society peer pressures you to believe in one thing, and uh one religion to be the true religion of every other religion, when everybody has their own way of going about things and believing things. So it's like, let people believe what they want to believe. Just because you grew up with this being the one thing that you were taught doesn't mean everybody else is gonna follow suit. So Gunna is in the news, or actually like in the I guess you can say in the spectrum of things, because of what is the way to say it. He's in the news because, or he's going viral for the wrong reasons. It seems the Bay Area is upset with Gunna for using the phrase and or slang "pushing P" and not paying homage to Bay Area. Also, Texas is also claiming that, hey, you stole our lingo and you need to stop stealing. Um, this is not the first time Gunna has been accused of stealing lingo. If you remember correctly, uh, you know, he's been accused of stealing, sauce, drip, or I don't. I'm sorry. He's been accused of stealing the drip and or splash slangs from Sauce Walka, who of course has a whole notarized whole little thing with Gunna and Young Thug because of them stealing his sauce, his swag, his style, his steez, if you will, and basically using it in their music. I don't have a full breakdown on that, but I mean, I understand, I get it. I don't know if it's just a thing where
Bluetooth
when
connected.
rappers like find out about a lingo, they just decide to use it in their music or whatever, or if it's like it's something like they've never heard before. They just like say, yeah, I'm gonna just like try it in my music and see what happens. I don't know how that works, but I have never heard the phrase "push and P," and I think "push and P" like it can be used in a variety of ways. I've heard it's "push and playa" or "push and pimp." It's a whole different. It's a whole thing to it. It's not just like a phrase. Just like how sauce, uh, sauce is not just a word or whatever. It's a whole entire lifestyle, a whole entire culture to back it up too. Um, but I could see why, you know, other parts of the United States where a slang term is used so very often, people in that selected area would be upset because, like, hey, you don't say that in your everyday vernacular. You don't. People in your city don't say that actual word. Never in your life have you ever actually heard nobody in your city say that word. So why are you saying it? I get that. Like it's just kind of like, if you're from like New York and you're saying "what up, though," but you're not from Detroit, I can see how that's problematic. Or if you're from Alabama and you're saying "jit," you're not from Florida. You're from Alabama. Why are you saying "jit"? You're not from Alabama. But I mean, I can see how that's problematic too. Or like if you're from, I don't know, if you're from Washington and you're saying "for shit show," you're not from North Houston. Why are you saying that? Like, I get that. That all makes sense. All of that is like a culmination. All those examples I just gave, those would be call outs. Those people from the cities where those actual phrases are said would be calling whoever said it, like whatever rapper or whatever famous person said it, they'd be calling them out because it's like, hey, that's our lingo. That's our culture. That's our heritage. You're trying to like steal. So I understand fully enough, like fully, why Bay Area, why Texas is upset about this push and P thing. My whole thing is just like, I don't, I've never heard it before, but I totally get why these two different areas are up in arms about it. And even more than that, there is a video right here I want to play from Sauce Waka, who's speaking about the push and P controversy. Let's just see what he has to say.
Yeah, people been appropriating the sound like a lot of like Gunna recently just got a lot of flack because like he was talking about like the push and P, but they was like that came from like Texas, that came from like West Coast, like our culture. So like, how do you feel about like when other people?
Man, everybody know that shit come from the South, man.
Yeah.
The real, everybody know that come from H-Town, man. Everybody know that shit. If you talking about some, see, this the thing about it, pimping and the lifestyle and the ambience and the culture and the conjugation that comes behind pimping and the letter P with pimping is a whole different atmosphere and world that majority of these rappers' brains are too small to even fathom the understanding of what that shit truly means and what it is. But the P itself and the aura and the stigmatism and the lifestyle that goes behind the letter P itself, the P, that's Texas and Memphis. And a little bit of Chicago, but it's really Texas and Memphis because...
See, I love how he just literally just didn't put it all on and give all the flowers to just Texas. I love how he did that. He could have did that, but I love how he didn't do that. And he was like, you know what? I got to give it up to Memphis. I got to give it up to Chicago. I love that he did that. Because, one, like, certain things don't just come from one place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I do understand that, like, Houston alone, like, out, like, this, Houston, and not even just Houston, just Texas in general, there's a lot of things that have been stolen from us musically, fashion-wise, whatever would have you. Like, a lot of our heritage has been stolen and just we've been left alone, on the street, wondering why somebody is still in our culture. And like I said, I gotta give respect to the to the GOAT, to the legend Sauce Waka for bigging up other cities that this phrase is very synonymous in.
Because to be a P is bigger than just being a pimp. Being a P, the biggest P of all P's in the society of P's is the player. play. P's play. We play. We play hard. We play for $1. Feel me? People trying to make it cool and make it this, that, and the third, and push paper. Or woo woo. But a lot of people P stand for peon. Cause a lot of people P, they're peons.
You know that was, he was sending that shot to Gunna, because you already know he already got beef with Gunna. So, just to end it off right here on this segment, um, this whole entire controversy, I believe, is just gonna blow over. But I mean, it's not gonna take any heat off of Gunna, even though his project what is that, DS4 has come out, and I haven't listened to it, but I mean, he went up against the Weekend, and he put up pretty big numbers. But this is not gonna take any heat off of him, as far as like when we talk about like cultures and just like sticking to your own culture or sticking to your own phrases and lingos. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of lingos that Atlanta got. That why you gotta. It's just kind of like, the question would be like, when you decide to like go on ahead and like use some phrases, are you ready for what type of like blowback that has with it? That's the question I would like think about if I was like a rapper and I was gonna use something that I don't use in my everyday lingo. So, moving on. So there's this Facebook post that I saw, that I came across, that I thought, hey, let me just, speak on it, if you will. It basically says, the post pretty much says, these are just facts, my friend, and we're just gonna go through them, and we're just gonna go through what it says. Okay, so this first one is Eminem, and it says Eminem is a legend. Of course he's a legend. Rightfully so. I can say that I was around when he was putting out music that I wasn't supposed to be listening to. So yes, of course, Eminem is a legend. I will never, like, people like this new generation likes to like disrespect somebody like Eminem for many reasons, many problematic things that happened when he, when it wasn't, it wasn't so like PC of a culture. But I mean, he's a legend. He's a great rapper, and he's put together some of the most well-crafted songs and albums that kind of shaped how I thought about rap music at a certain point in time in my life. So yes, he's a legend, of course. He's a legend. Okay? So it's this next one says that Pop Smoke, this is a picture of Pop Smoke, and it says Pop Smoke is not a legend. Now, I have to say, with the whole who's a legend and who's not a legend thing, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't tell these younger kids who is a legend and who's not a legend. Like, that's not up to you to tell them who's a legend and who's not a legend. It's like, for instance, let me give you a good instance. Technically speaking, Tupac is not a legend to me because I wasn't around. I was a baby when he was putting out music, versus somebody who was in their 20s who listened to Tupac, and pretty much his music influenced that person who was in their 20s when Tupac was alive making music, as opposed to me, who was just a baby during that time period of when Tupac was making music. Same thing with Biggie. Technically, like I said, technically speaking, I can't regard him as a legend because I wasn't around when he was making music. Yes, I discovered Tupac and Biggie's music when I was at an old enough age to understand who they were and what they did for rap music and hip hop. And of course, they are legends. But technically speaking, I can't consider them legends because they didn't influence me, because I wasn't at an age where I knew about their music. Do you get what I'm saying? So when somebody says that Pop Smoke is not a legend, bro, he's a legend to some. He's a legend to some young kid. He's a legend to some young kid. Whatever he put out during the time he was still, around, is legendary for somebody out there, and you can't take that away from somebody by saying, "Oh, they're not a legend," just because you don't think they're a legend, or the music didn't hit your soul the way it hit somebody else's soul. You can't take that away from a person. So, in my opinion, Pop Smoke is not a legend, but I mean, what he put out is legendary to somebody. And that's not coming from a place of like, oh, I don't, I don't like Pop Smoke. I thought Pop Smoke was a very, 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 very talented guy, and I feel like he had like way more to go, and he more than likely would have been bigger than he was when he was around. Like, it's always a thing of like when a rapper like passes away, they end up like being bigger because they passed away. And a lot of people never really discovered their music when they were alive. But when they pass away, the music sells the most, unfortunately. Moving on. Okay. Kendrick Lamar is a legend. I think I can say that Kendrick Lamar has put in enough work, put in enough time, I can definitely say that same thing for Drake. No matter what anybody says, Drake is a legend to me as well. They've both put in a lot of work. J. Cole is a legend too. I mean, or should I just say that all three of them are veterans who are coming up on legend status, if that makes any sense. That would be a better way to say it. I don't think he's a legend. I don't think Kendrick Lamar is a legend just yet. He's just a veteran who's coming up on legendary status at some point. That's the best way to say it. Okay. Next one. Okay, Juice WRLD is not a legend. I don't really know how to say that, I don't really know how to say this one because the guy's very talented, and I think a lot of his music has a lot of meaning in it. But I mean, I don't know, all characteristics applied to this. I don't know whether I call him a legend or not. I'm not sure whether I call him like a legend or not. I'm really entirely sure. I can't really answer this one. The talent is there, the notoriety is there, and the impact is there. So I don't know whether to call him a legend or not. So I'm just gonna leave this one alone because I'm not gonna not call him a legend, and I don't know whether I should call him a legend or whether I shouldn't call him a legend. But that legend word gets thrown around. I'm just gonna leave him as what he was and what he has done for a lot of people musically. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, Nas is a legend, of course. Nas is a legend. Legendary MC, famous for literally putting out an album at a young age and having no features on it. That's like one of his biggest claims to being a legend, being a GOAT. Of course, being like a lyrical beast, of course, and just being able to stay the course of time and have longevity and still be able to put out albums with no features, put out timeless classics, and just still be able to have that fire, those fire verses, those fire written that we all like we all as hip hop purists love. Wow. Like I said, like I said in the beginning, I'm not gonna say whether he's to me. I don't think he's a legend. I don't think he's a legend. I think what constitutes being a legend nowadays is if somebody dies. Like I said before, that like rappers who pass away and leave a body of music. I think that's what constitutes being a legend nowadays, and not like having a full-on legacy and impact, like somebody like a Young Dolph, who I consider to be a legend because he's put so much work into the game. He left an impact, an inspiring impact. I would constitute him as a legend, regardless of what anybody says. He put in a lot of work. He didn't just like come from out of nowhere. He didn't just come from out of nowhere and make music for a year, and that's his legacy. No. He literally put in time and effort, built a brand for himself, and his music is very influential in, and that kind of just pretty much shows in his work. So I don't think he's a legend. No disrespect. Of course, Jay-Z is a legend. I don't even need to go through what he's done in the rap game. Of course, he's a legend. I do have my comments about him and saying that nobody can touch him in a verses, which I do believe there are a ton of like rappers who can just like sweep this man under the rug. But as far as like I have like my opinions about Jay-Z, but overall Jay-Z is still a legend, regardless of my opinion of him. He means something to a lot of people, and just I feel like more business wise he's a legend more than he is like music, because there's a lot of like things that I can say, but I'm not gonna say it. He is a legend. Okay. Yeah. I'll say that he left an impact. He left a mark in the rap game, and like I said, you cannot tell somebody who is and who isn't a legend, especially these new generation of kids. These new generation of kids believe that the rappers they love are legends because of what their music has done for these individuals of kids, these groups of kids who go to their concerts and go purchase their music and follow them on Instagram and Twitter. They believe that their favorite artists in the now generation are legends, and we can't take that. Like I said, we can't take that away from them. Older people like us and us folks in our 30s, early 30s, late 30s, old heads who are in their 40s and 50s. We can't take that away from them. Just like us saying that our favorite artists are legends. They can't take that away from us. Of course, Lil Wayne is a legend. I'm not even gonna go. Come on, there's so many mixtapes, so many things that have happened during my adolescence. So much music that he put out during my adolescence. And yeah, it's not a lot I even need to say there. He's a legend. Internet legend. Now see, this one is tricky. This one is tricky because Soulja Boy has been out since I was in like middle school. So I don't like the way that they preface this by saying he's an internet legend. Fuck that internet shit. He's a legend. He's a legend. I was in 8th grade. I was in middle school when Soulja Boy was on MySpace. Soulja Boy was just on MySpace. Somebody told me about his music, and I literally distinctly remember the dude who told me that Soulja Boy's about to blow. He told me Soulja Boy's about to blow. He's gonna be big. His music gonna be everywhere, right? And then I think like a full like year or 2 years later or something like that, Soulja Boy is like the biggest thing since sliced bread. So Soulja Boy is a legend. He's definitely a legend. He is not an internet legend. Who the hell wrote that? I feel like there's some hate behind that. An internet legend. How dare you even in your mind of heart of whatever fix your face ever to call Soulja Boy just an internet legend? No, he's a legend. This man finessed his way to a record contract and became the biggest thing and literally turned the internet into his little playground. And Finesse plays by naming his song something different. Bro, that alone should just be, he should get like million, he should get 1,000 million amounts of flowers just for finessing and finessing the rap game. He's not no internet legend. Take that internet shit off and say like, it's so disrespectful that somebody like it. Okay, Drake is a living legend. Okay, this person is obviously a Drake. I'm not gonna call him no living legend. I'm gonna call him a veteran with legend status up on the way. He's not. I'm not gonna call Drake a living legend. Come on, that's too much. That's giving him too much. Seriously, that really is. But he is a veteran who is on his way to legend status, in my opinion. He's put in the work, regardless of controversy and whatever. Drake is that guy. So I'm not gonna give him no living legend. Come on, who it got to be a 15-year-old who put this together. Come on, legend. That's funny. Legend, of course, DMX is legend. Of course, no doubt about it. There's nothing I need to say. He's of course a legend. Okay. This is Little Peep. Never listened to his music. Can't call him a legend. Never listened to his music. He didn't impact my soul. Nothing like that. So I can't call him a legend. But somebody else is gonna call him a legend. That's their own opinion, not mine. Okay, Biggie, of course, is a legend. I said that well on into the first person when I started this. Okay, not a legend. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's a legend. He's a he's not a legend. But, you know, hey, if you want to call him a legend, go ahead. I don't. Dang. This is another. I would say this. I would venture to say this is another. Man, fuck. He's a legend. He's a legend. Nah, he's a legend. I don't care. I don't care about the internet. The internet is full of a bunch of people who will never do what this guy did in the music game. Like, come on, bro. He was on Snoop Dogg's album as a child, like a little toddler. Like, this man was on Doggy Style on the intro. Come on, like, this man is a legend. What are y'all talking about? This man is a legend. He's a legend. Bow Wow is a legend no matter how much the internet clowns him about whatever, what have you. The guy's a legend. He's a legend. What he did as a child, none of the people on the internet have or will ever accomplish, and it won't ever be duplicated again. So yes, he's a legend for that alone, for his child career alone. And you know, like, screw it, yeah, he's a legend. I said it. Yes, I said it. He's a legend. Bow Wow is a legend. I don't care. He's a legend. Okay? Keep going. Ice Cube, of course, is a legend. Hey, you know, everything, you can pretty much say that everything he's done is legendary. So I'm not even going to argue. Okay? Street legend. These, the way they're titling this, some of these people is kind of blasphemous. You called Soulja Boy an internet legend, and you're calling Nipsey Hussle a street legend. I would venture to say that you don't have the right to call him a street legend if you don't know what he was like in the streets of LA. I'm just saying, like, if you don't know what he was like in the streets of LA, you can't call him a street legend. But I don't even know why somebody would put that up there when, all of these people know him for music and not him being in the streets and what he did in the streets. I don't get why that was put there when in all reality he is. So some of these are really like based upon the rapper dying, and I understand that, but I feel like sometimes it doesn't work. Like when a rapper dies, like when a rapper passes away, and we're just like relying on the body of work that they had throughout before they passed away. I think Nipsey can be considered a legend for real because of his body of work. He put out a lot of music and his impact in the community. I'm not just gonna say street legend. I'm gonna say in his community, just in his community and his music. That and his whole impact from all of that. That makes him a legend, in my opinion. That makes him a legend. If some of those other rappers that I said weren't legends had the same impact that he had, I would definitely put them. Those are some of the ones I didn't say were legends are just based on them dying at an early age. Okay, like I said, I in some sort of way don't consider Tupac a legend because I wasn't around for his impact. So that's why I don't consider him a legend. But somebody else would consider him, just like somebody would consider Biggie a legend because in their time of receiving his music, Biggie and Bad Boy put out a influentialness in their music. Tupac and Death Row put out a influentialness in their music, but I wasn't around for that time period, so I can't say that. Okay, and I think that's it. Oh, yeah. That's it. So basically, that's the end of this whole segment right here of who's a legend and who's not a legend. But I'm like I said, like if we're basing it on music, we're basing it on influence. Some of these I consider legendary. Like I don't consider some of these it's their aura and their legacy don't like their influentialness and their legacy don't match up to be the same, So that's just how I feel about it.